What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another banger video. As always, I'm James with Top Class Detail, and today I have a very special guest with me. Not so special like you haven't seen them before, but special because they're a great person and they do great things for us here on this channel. So right here we have my man Hector with me.
What up?
And right behind us we have a Porsche, and we also have a very special guest as well. Come in here. So this is Pico. We're actually going to be doing a full polish and ceramic coating on his vehicle, but at the same time we're also going to shoot a video and kind of educate you guys as well, who will also be getting educated while we're here training Pico, showing him the ins and outs. Where are you from, Pico?
Yeah, so I'm from the Philippines, and these guys are hooking me up with teaching me how to ceramic coat and get my car to tip-top shape.
Exactly. So real brief to keep it quick and short, that's exactly what we're doing here today. We're going to help out Pico to, one, get his vehicle looking great and protected, as well as give him a little bit of hands-on training and some first-hand knowledge. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into it and let's get started.
So the first thing we'd like to do is obviously take our car for, no, I'm just kidding. But the first thing we like to do is go ahead and do the inside of the car. Like what I was telling Pico is a lot of times people start with the outside to get the outside done. But then in most cases, when you're doing a full correction like this and polish, you definitely are gonna be so tired that you don't wanna do anything else. So apart from that, as well as even on like clay and seals, you do the outside first, then you do the inside. You're giving the car time to just get dirt and dust on top of the vehicle. So when it comes to turning in the vehicle, it looks dirty again. So most of you guys know, let's always start on the inside. So what we already did was vacuum and we'll do the complete wipe down. We have floor mats that we're gonna show Pico how to get carpet lining. We'll go ahead and have James show you guys how to do that.
So right now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a brief example of how you can get some nice carpet lines, or let alone just get them in general. A number of different things, but I definitely suggest whatever you're using, especially a product, you don't drench the floor mat in it. You don't want the product to sit there and stay in there forever. So something typically is like water, or you would even go with maybe like a carpet cleaner if you're gonna do a little bit of scrubbing with it as well. So what I'm gonna show you is, this is an Express interior. I'm simply just gonna do like a quick mist on the area. And then from there, I just take the towel, go ahead and rub it in. This is gonna help to where if you wanna like pick up some dirt as well and do just, you know, like a maintenance clean on it, if you don't have any, you know, any heavy dirt in there. So this right here, a lot of people are familiar. You can get these off Amazon. It's also known as like a pet hair block. And you can simply, what I like to do is just start in the middle. From there, I'll go ahead and go down. Then you can just flip it, go the other way back up. And literally something like this, you'll just go ahead and keep repeating the process. And this is how everybody tends to do their standard just carpet striping, when you just go as simple as up and down. So just off of that, you can see the difference in how it looks. This doesn't look bad, but this gives it definitely a better presentation. And very simple, like I said, just go up, down, up, down. And just something as simple as that gives like a nice presentation for you to leave in the vehicle.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot of flair. Do you guys do this to all the cars that you
I do it to all the cars that I can do it to,
okay,
because not all carpet's the same. So this Porsche carpet is a lot better and easier to work with than something like, you know, a Prius or those kind of cheaper carpets. Not in any way, but obviously different materials are used in different manufacturers. So with something like this, we're able to work with it. Hey, what kind of bottles are those?
I don't know, but new sprayers, I like.
I don't know, but it's fire.
Yeah. Pico,
when you spray on, you have to do the tire brush? No.
the tire brush, you have to scrub it.
Oh, you need to scrub it after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you don't scrub the tire, it's not going to leave a good finish onto it, because there's going to be previous dressings.
Okay.
Especially on new cars, you got coatings from the manufacturer. You just want to make sure you leave a good tire, so when it comes to dressing it, or sometimes people don't even dress it, it just looks clean and it looks a lot more professional than your car wash.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a glazed
Too
donut.
big, yeah. It's good, right?
Yeah. So now another thing you want to look for though, Pico, is after you've cleaned all this, is you also want to check this undercarriage area. So you want to check how this is. and see if it needs to be rinsed or just in general, give it a good rinse.
Okay.
And then you're just about good to go. And then we'll move on to the other one. But too, when I hit the wheels, I like to look for the undercarriage area.
Yeah, I
And
normally get those parts, yeah.
And see how it is. But you can see, I want to show you just how good like a lot of these cleaners are that we use. So with this, it's already been doing the job for us for a while. It's already been working itself in. So there's not really too much that we have to do except just come and do a little bit of the backup, just the cleanup work. But I'm almost sure that if we would have just even came in and just sprayed it, a lot of that, I already put soap. Yeah, there you go. That it would have came out and you wouldn't have ran into like any issues with just doing it that way either.
Mm-hmm.
From there, same thing, we'll just rinse it out. Just like that. So here, I'll give you this. I'll meet you around the other side with the wheel bucket, and then we'll go ahead and let you attack one of these. It's just hold it up like that and then spray it a couple times. There you go, that's to prime itself up. And then here you go. So like that should be good. You don't want to spray too much.
Okay.
So this way you're not using more product than what's needed. And then yeah, just like that on the tires. That'll work out cool.
So far, Pico, what? Everything good? You keeping up to date?
Yeah, all good. So we're going to the body now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you guys do before you get on to like wash it? Do you guys just rinse first? Because like I would do like an APC first. Like we would spray like an APC, and then rinse the car, and then I'd foam the car.
Okay.
And then I'd wash it off and then go at it again. Do you guys do that?
What I like to do sometimes is do an APC, but on like the lower half of the vehicle.
Got it.
And then from there, we could foam it up and let it sit and then rinse it off. Usually it depends on like the condition of the vehicle, because either way we're gonna foam it up again. So the way we'll usually go about it is we can do an APC on the lower parts, do the full rinse, APC, foam, wash, rinse, iron, foam. Then we could rinse it again, and then we could even foam it up again, clay bar, and then rinse it. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse everything out first.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll come back, we'll double check, probably hit our APC rinse, and then foam everything up. Okay.
What soap do you guys use for the foam?
For foam, we have a lot of soaps that you can go with. We have
Like I've used Mr. Pink's before, and that was pretty good. What do you guys
Once
use?
we get to the foam part, we'll cover that, and then we'll go over like the different things, so this way everybody can kind of get an idea of those as well. We'll rinse it first, get set up for the soap, and then start getting to the soap about what's the best option to use.
Okay.
So when it comes to soaps, you have different options. We have pH neutral soaps, and then we have higher pH soaps.
So higher pH is to take off.
Correct.
Stuff,
Higher
right?
pH is going to be to strip anything that's on it, where pH neutral is going to be something that's going to be safe to work with what you have to not mess it up. So right now, I'm thinking we're going to go with Super Foam by Coach Shemi, or at least Active Foam. One of them is about a 7.5 pH, versus the Super Foam is a 12. So it's just up there with dish soap, but that's going to really help to break down this spray wax and the bead maker, anything that's on it, because
So we see everything.
not even that, but when we apply the coating, we want it to apply to the paint. We don't want to apply a coating on top of bead maker or anything like that. We want it to bond with the clear coat and not bond with the spray wax that's already on it. So we'll wait for him. I'll check in real quick, and then, oh, he's already here.
Boom!
Super Foam.
Okay.
I'm about to
You want to
find
let
it.
them know?
I did, we just spoke about it.
This is 12, right?
This is the 12, correct.
Okay.
So for something like this, usually I would do about like the 250 ml, or maybe like around there.
Okay.
The more, it's gonna kind of strip it down, especially depending on what you're using. Okay, hold it for me.
Do you guys measure or no?
You can measure it. I have a cup in my van, but with something like this, you can kind of
Just eyeball it and give it
Eyeball
a little
it,
bit
yeah.
more, a little bit more or something?
All right, so now that we already got the vehicle fully rinsed down, we're gonna go ahead and get the super foam on it and go ahead and allow it to start working it down.
This is Green Star. So this is our all-purpose cleaner that we
Okay.
use exterior, engine bay. I can also use it on the tires and wheels.
Got
but
it.
CleanTech always has the best results. It just works a lot stronger. I also have Magic Wheel Cleaner from Coach Kemi. You're gonna see a lot of these brands come out repetitively that will be used religiously over here. But
Got
we
it.
could go ahead and have it.
So just the bottom portion of the car.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of dirt stays trapped into these pieces. So imagine you doing the contact wash, a little rock comes out of there or something.
So we already went ahead and did our pre-foam. We already saw Hector went around and sprayed the Green Star Pico. Remember you were mentioning that, so we went ahead and did that.
Yeah.
We already went ahead and applied our super foam, as we mentioned, is a 12 pH soap. So that's good to help break down this coating. We have not touched it yet, the actual body. We have done all of the grill, the emblem, gas tank, and intricate areas with our soft, delicate brushes. So now we're gonna rinse this off.
Wait, before we get into that, where's your curveball brush?
It's in the bucket.
So people can know. And also, if you guys do have questions on the tools, just to let you know, what we did use were these soft synthetic detail factory brushes. Curveball is really good, and I like using this long brush. Having these two brushes is definitely a plus. And as you see, the curveball brush will do a bigger surface area. This will do a lot more intricate areas in there.
Yeah.
So these are the tools you'll be using for this detail.
Yep. Now we're gonna rinse it off. We'll foam it up again. We'll do our hand wash. Then we'll go ahead and get into our actual physical decon process. So real quick, as you can see, the water's already not beating exactly how it was
ago.
previously. So that already shows you how the soap has already started to break down this coating or this spray wax, whatever was on here, just from the last few minutes of us hitting it. So by the time we're finished with this, I would expect we'd have some pretty flat paint.
For my friend
Luceros.
Lucero's Detailing, he did come over here and he told us he made a pretty good explanation of why foaming up from the bottom works a lot better.
Oh.
So foaming up from the bottom is gonna give you an even amount. Because if we start from the top, it's already gonna start going to the bottom.
Got it.
So we want to start from the bottom, go to the top. Reason you want to use straight motions is just so if you're creating scratches, you're not creating them in a
swirl.
spiral. So
Okay.
in every direction, you'll be able to see them.
Okay.
If you do create a scratch, you'll see them in one direction,
Okay.
and it won't look as bad. And also, I think it's just better just to wash it straight.
Okay.
And then from there, say we're done with that, we flip it over, we get the next part done.
Yeah. What's
We get the next one done.
what's the
Then we
like
come back over
benefit
here.
of using like a like that over a microfiber towel?
So this is gonna be a lot softer than a microfiber towel.
Oh,
so
okay.
depending on what kind of towel, each towel has a different GSM, which is the grams per square meter of
Okay.
how like soft the towel actually is. So something like this is super plush, that it's gonna be a lot safer and more delicate on your paint than like a Costco towel.
Okay.
Or using something that's a lot rougher, because each towel has a different purpose, you know?
Okay.
You wouldn't use a super plush towel to like clean carpets. You would use like a Costco or a Terry towel.
Got it.
So right here, you go ahead and I use one side to hit a piece like this, and then you can go ahead and work on it like this, hit it, go from here. We'll go ahead and stay above this lower piece like that, and then from there you just flip it, and then you're able to use both sides and knock out roughly half the vehicle without having to, worry about like damaging or anything, because you're using safe methods like this.
Got it.
And we took the proper steps beforehand to rinse everything so that we're not gonna run into you know, any hiccups or issues.
So that soap, is it necessary to do the 2-bucket method all the time?
So,
Or like, if you just use a new towel, is that good enough?
so like these buckets, we already have grit guards in here.
Oh wow.
So I come back. So say I use both sides already, right?
Okay.
I come back here. I clean it. Then I go back and I start scrubbing it. But then as well as like, how many times have we already foamed it up?
Like twice, yeah. So most of the dirt's gone, right?
Most of the dirt should be gone already.
So what is this?
So this right here is the iron remover. We're using a Diamond Chemicals Iron X. So this
What
is
does the iron remover
the
do?
iron remover is going to remove any like iron particles that are inside the paint. So just from daily driving, parking outside, or even when they get shipped on the railroads and stuff, they get a lot of embedded contaminants that don't come off with the wash.
Okay.
So you need an iron or a clay bar. But even then, you're gonna see the car looks good, but when we spray this, you're gonna see a whole bunch of purple stuff dripping off of it. And this
Okay.
is something that you do with the clay bar to help make sure that you're fully removing any of the decontamination.
Got it.
Be careful though, because it does smell, so I don't want it to get on you.
What is the iron on it? Like,
The iron is just little dots. We'll see if we have a car outside that we can show you on, because it's
Okay.
harder to show on a black car. Pico,
Okay.
and you'll be able to see like some purple that's gonna fall like over here. You see a lot of it because this is where we sprayed it on first. So all that purple is like blood coming off. That's all
there.
iron particles. Yeah, all that purple. That stuff right there is something that you do whether you're doing just a simple clay bar and wax, you want to do an iron decon. That's something that's going to help to remove stuff like this. So we'll literally just let it sit and watch. If you walk around, you see everywhere. It's all starting to bleed. From where we started right there, we came around here, remember? All of this back piece. And then literally as you follow around, this stuff is starting to drip as well too. So something like this, you just let it sit for a little bit. And then we'll foam it up and we can go ahead and actually do the clay bar. You have clay bars?
What?
Clay bars. So right now we're gonna go ahead and add some foam. This is a good way, Pico, to extend the working time that you have with this product. So as you can see right now, it's already starting to dry up,
Okay.
especially because it's black in the weather. So this soap's gonna help to be able to let it sit for a bit longer.
So Pico, to be quite honest, your car, I don't think it needs a clay bar, right?
Okay.
So for any new car like this, you want to go based off the feel. If you feel it, we honestly don't feel any embedded contaminants onto there.
Got
But just to make sure, I'm already breaking in the clay, synthetic clay mitt. I'm breaking it on the windows. That way, this one isn't brand new, but it is like mildly new. So I want to break it in the windows first. And then that way when we get to the paint, we just do like a smooth pass, just to ensure that we don't have anything left. But say that there is something on there, it feels rough.
You'll be able to feel it, right?
You'll be able to feel it.
This is gonna be something that we're gonna do. So I have these green towels right there on that bag. You can keep this one actually.
Okay.
And we're just gonna do like a good mist because the towel's already kind of wet. And then just go ahead and rub it in. So you can go ahead and hit that and then I'll follow up behind you. Versus when you keep them clean, you keep them fresh, they're gonna last a lot longer and they're gonna continuously give you a good result. And keep in mind that these pads, they all heat up. So it's not good to use one pad on the entire car. You wanna use it in sections or at least work it, you know, in certain ways to where you're not gonna completely heat up that pad and just break it down immediately. Is as you start to work in the product, it starts to become more and more transparent where you can see through it and you're able to actually kind of see how much work you've actually done. But usually I like to go up and down, side to side, up and down. So usually at least 3. But You can do whatever you feel is like best depending on what the car needs. Sometimes I might do 3 and I'll have to do it again and do a second pass with it.
You want me to wipe it off?
Yes, please. So with something like that, it definitely plays a variable in what it is. Now look at it, Pico.
Yeah.
That same spot looks way better by going after with that extra pad. So now we're in the predicament he was, remember?
Yeah.
For an extra $300, you're gonna get yourself a way better result with a qualitier finish. And you gotta ask yourself, is $300 something that I'm gonna miss out on this? All right, so quick update. As you guys saw, of course, with Pico in action, we already went through the full decontamination process. Off camera, the battery died, so we had to swap that out. We went ahead and dried the vehicle. Me and Pico towel dried it. Then Hector came by and blow dried it for us. We already went around with our IPA, which if you're not familiar, that's usually a mixture that you use that comes to remove any oils or waxes or anything that's previously been on the surface to go ahead and prep it before a polish and a ceramic coating. So we did that. We went ahead and fully now got to saw what the vehicle actually looked like. So Pico can vouch for you and tell you when we first saw the car.
Yeah, when we first saw the car, I mean, there was like wax on it, so it kind of like covered.
The car honestly looked good. We were all under the impression that the car looked amazing. And then we come and we strip it, and now we're seeing that, you know what, this car is nowhere near what we thought it was. It needs a lot more work. So we went ahead and showed Pico what a 1-step would look like. We were still left with some scratching behind, so we went ahead and did a 2-step on this door right here. And I'd say we're very, very happy. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think the 2-step's necessary because there's so many swirls that we didn't see a while ago. So
the main goal by the end of this video is to, 1, help Pico and make sure he learns something and can bring some more valuable detailing game to the Philippines, as well as to get Pico to stop touching the car. Pico,
sorry,
just polish,
sorry.
No touching, guys. No, it's all jokes, but we always say it because with black cars it's very delicate, and we don't want to go through all the work and accidentally scratch it just from feeling it. But no, everything's good. So right now we're gonna double check our pads. At the moment, we're thinking about going with our Tango pad and Coach Kemi's F601, and then finishing it off with a black pad and some Shine Supply Classic polish. So right now we're gonna figure that out. Once we come back and get our machines and our pad set up, we'll give you guys a quick update. So originally we went ahead and did our test spot, as everybody should do. It looks good. We thought it was cool. And then what originally first happened was after we stripped the vehicle, we saw we were working with, and we were all like, okay, what the hell? This is not what we thought it was. So the 1-step did good, but the 2-step just did it a lot better. It really gave it
majority of the swirls. And
exactly. So it gave
all
it
the imperfections.
It gave it that extra step that it needed. That's why we offer those 2 steps, and that's exactly what it's there to do. Provide that extra quality to it and provide that better result. But overall, the process of it, I felt it was smooth, at least being educated, being trained, and having the proper tools, and having basically H2O at our disposal to shop at the best place that has all the right products that we need. It really does make your job a lot easier. People think it's all in the hype, it's all in the name, but it's not. This stuff really works, tested, proven, showed, and the whole process went very smooth. And it just goes to show, it was realistically just me and you. We did have some help, but outside of that, I mean, a 2-3 man team, we knocked this out in a day, realistically. So nothing too crazy. Something like this, I would easily be charging, 15, you can go 17. It really just varies, but like we were speaking with him, if he wasn't here doing the training, it would be 1,500 just flat out. And then when people come and they take the training classes, sometimes they're paying 500, 750, depending on the duration and what we're offering. So if it was just a client, 15, if you're looking to offer and train somebody, it's easily going to be in the 2,000, 2,250 range just off of that, at least in my opinion. And pretty much after we ran through the entire compounding and polishing step, we went ahead and used our Diamond Inspect, which is probably one of the best IPAs I've been using recently. And I feel like that really helped to set the bar and set the prep stage for how the vehicle needs to be when it comes time for us to apply that coating. So realistically, the actual coating process, it really wasn't anything that was too hard. Luckily, we did have some help, so we were able to get through it. But I don't think the coating process is hard. I think what it is we overworked ourselves for the day. We really pushed to get this car done. So when it came time for the coating, we were kind of burnt out. So that's when people think it gets a little bit rougher. But you got to see it. If you've been going at it all day, if you're tired, chances are the paint's tired, take a slight break. It wouldn't even have been a problem for us to coat it the next day if it was okay with the client and had the time. Unfortunately, we didn't have that, but you prep the vehicle right, you use the right products, you use the quality products, and everything goes smooth just like it did here today. All right, and there you guys have it. So we finally got it completed. This is of course now the next day. We went ahead, allowed the vehicle to cure overnight. So just to give a quick recap, we went ahead and did a full decon service to this vehicle prior to ceramic coating it. So we did our wash, our clay barring, our iron decon. We ran you through the entire process as well as the wheels. How do you feel about that part? You're up to date with that?
Yeah, we added the two-step, right?
Yes. So originally we thought the vehicle just needed a one-step, but it's a good thing that not only was Pico here to experience it with us, but it's something that we stress to everybody out there as well, that sometimes these vehicles, they already have a pre-existing protection or something on it that hides the swirls and everything on the vehicle, and that's exactly what we encountered here today. So instead of doing our one-step, we upgraded to our two-step, which is going to give even a better finish to the vehicle. As you can see, the vehicle looks completely flawless. So that two-step went ahead and took care of some of the deeper scratches that we had in some of these areas, as well as brought that gloss and that shine really to life with that second step, which was that polish to really jewel the paint and get it juiced up like how it is right here. Now, we did go ahead and add some CarPro release to this. The weather's a little bit funky here in Covina today. As you can see, it's been sprinkling off and on. So with that, we went ahead and threw that on just for an extra layer of protection, even though it did cure overnight for our man Pico. Overall, Pico, just wanted to ask you, outside of the vehicle, because I know it looks fantastic, how did you feel about the overall experience of, for one, seeing it done right in front of you, as well as being able to see how we do it out here, maybe versus what you're used to?
Yeah, it's very extensive, from the iron decontamination all the way to the the two-step, using the dual action. Everything's very efficient. You guys got it done really well in a good amount of time. This swirls and everything is gone except for some deep scratches and chips, but that's about it.
Yep. So as always, we always stress to our clients that we do our best, but with this vehicle, it's such a new vehicle, there was no need to really go that aggressive with a three-step and bring out a rotary or sanding and start knocking down clear coat. The vehicle looks good. It looks 100 times better than what it was when it came in.
Definitely.
There's very minimal deep scratches remaining, but hey, like I said, we set the client up for success, not for failure. So for the years to come, the months to come, this vehicle still has a lot more room to be touched up and polished in the long run. So that's exactly what we do. We're not here to make the most money or charge the most expensive, but we're here to educate you, as well as deliver the best quality product, and of course the experience. So with that, Pico, want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
It was a pleasure not only
good,
working
man.
on the vehicle, but working with him, as well as him hanging out here with us.
Experience.
We became great friends over the last 2 days. So for those of you guys that did not know, Pico came here. We took care of his vehicle, as well as taught him a little bit. Where? Of course, here at H2O, you guys always know where to come. Not only do we just offer the service, the products, we also do some training, and we offer work to the vehicle hands-on. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys contact H2O. As always, show some love to us on Instagram at Top Class Detail, at H2O Auto Detail Supply. And if you guys are ever in the area, come on down. And if you're not, I think it's time to take a trip. Thank you as always. Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch you in the next one.